So let's go back to stage 6 again, the Col du Tourmalet, and I've done a load of research. I've looked at Strava, I've looked at Wikipedia, I've tried to find as much information about this climb as possible and all the riders that have ridden up it in Tour de France history. Johannesson here, he's done it 3 minutes and 56 seconds slower than the record. Obviously we know Pogacar set that record. 5.87 watt per kilo, half a watt per kilo less than Pogacar, 364 watts. So solid performance from Johannesson there. And in 9th place, Egan Bernal, he's done it 2 minutes 45 seconds slower at 0.36 watt per kilo less, 362 watts. This is one of Egan's best performances of his career. 46 minutes pretty much at 6 watt per kilo. Amazing performance from Bernal, but again, nowhere near Pogacar. We go back in time now. This is a Polish rider from 1993. He was a heavy rider, 76 kilograms, 1.83 meters in height. So this is a big guy. What a legendary performance he's done here. Faster than Egan Bernal. 45 minutes, 50 seconds. Still 2.5 minutes slower than Pogacar, but 6 watt per kilo at 456 watts. Remember, that's for 45 minutes. Amazing performance. And then you've got Tommy Rominger. He's joint 8th. This guy is a proper climber, 65 kilos, 1.75 meters in height. And he's done it 45 minutes 50. It's the exact same time as the Polish rider at 402 watts, 6 watt per kilo. Now it's Jonas Vingegaard. This is his 2023 performance at the Tour de France. 45 minutes 35 seconds, 2 minutes 23 seconds slower than Pogacar's record from this Tour de France. He's joint 7th with Tadej Pogacar himself from the same year. They did the climb in the exact same time. And back in 2023, they were equal. At stage 6, this is the exact same stage. This is the same stage back in 23, stage 6. And they are equal. Now this is back to this year. Sepp Kuss did it. 45 minutes, 26 seconds, which is about 10 seconds quicker than Tadej and Jonas's performance from 2023. He's done it at 6.11 watt per kilo, 373 watts, for 45 minutes. 45.5 minutes, 61 kilograms. Sepp Kuss is a pure climber. Legendary performance right here. He's already beaten the record. Now we're on Remco. This is Remco's performance from this year on the same climb. Just looking back at the race again from a few days ago. This is right before the big move from UAE where Del Toro goes on the front and just sets an infernal pace that just drops everyone apart from Pog. And then Pog just comes through and then destroys everybody. You can see behind, all the records are being broken right here, right now on the climb. Let's go back to the record now. So this was 6.1 watt per kilo from Remco, 384 watts. Still 2 minutes and 11 slower than Tadej's record. Lenny Martinez, he's there in that group right now, towards the back of this group now. This is when the attack was launched. And Vingegaard tries to follow, but pretty much gives up. So yeah, Lenny Martinez, 6.1 watt per kilo, very comparable with Remco's performance here. Did it only a couple seconds quicker than Remco on that stage. And in 3rd place, Paul Cesas. He was right behind, only 19 years old, and look at what he can do. Just 0.24 watt per kilo less than Pogacar, a minute and 50 slower. That's 400 watts nearly for 45 minutes. Amazing. 64 kilos. He's a tall guy as well, 1.86 meters. Second best performance, Jonas Vingegaard. He beat his old time from 23 by a big shot. Just 30 seconds down on Pogacar and 0.09 watt per kilo less than Pogacar. Amazing how that tiny difference in watt per kilo really does add up significantly over a 7.3% climb. Or well, you could say it's an 8% climb even. 30 seconds down on Tadej Pogacar, and this is Pogacar continuing his move. Del Toro's done an amazing performance, and I know Del Toro's not on this list because I couldn't actually find his official time. It wasn't on Strava, but it would be because he finished in the same group as Remco, so it would have been about the same. And this leads nicely to the record. We're talking about the new record up the Col du Tourmalet on this side of the climb. Wow. So yeah, 66 kilos. We know Pogacar's weight there, 66 kilos, 1.76 meters. 43 minutes and 12 seconds at 6.39 watt per kilo, 410 watts for 43 minutes and 12. This is why he's the best in the world. This is why no one can keep up with this guy. at 66 kilos, he's doing 410 watts for 43 minutes 12 seconds in the heat as well. Let's not forget, in the heat. This is the first week of the Tour de France, so obviously these guys are fresh, relatively fresh, but I've also heard that riders get better throughout the Tour as well. So we don't know whether Pogacar's coming in at his peak now and maybe he's going to dip down a little bit in the final week. We saw that a little bit last year, but there was talk of him having some illness or injury. But if he's healthy throughout this next 2 weeks, then we could even start seeing Pogacar's performances improving even more. So this might just be just a preview of what we're yet to witness from Pogacar. But you have to appreciate these numbers, and if you're a rider yourself or if you race yourself, try doing 6.4 watts per kilo and see how long you can hold that. Especially if you're a lighter rider, try and do 410 watts for 10 minutes even. Most people can't even do it for a couple of minutes. So it puts it in perspective really just how mutant Pogacar and all of these guys are. I mean, they've broken the old records from the 90s. Tommy Rominger, Zenon Jaskula, and I'm really impressed by this performance, in particular by Jaskula, because this guy, according to what I could find and the research I did, 76 kilograms to go up a mountain like this at 6 watt per kilo. That is insane. And I don't know whether he was clean or not. I haven't researched anything like that, but it is from that era, isn't it? From that era where there was a lot of cheating happening, but everyone was doing it anyways. But yeah, so 76 kilos. He might have been a bit lighter than that. It might have been a couple of kilos less, but still, what a performance there. I think for me, that's the most impressive actually, even though objectively this one from Pogacar is the best. But yeah, this is what we're witnessing right now. I mean, when you put it down in numbers and you compare it to the past performances, you can start to see why Pogacar is the best. You can start to understand what he's actually capable of doing here. When you analyse these numbers closely, you can see the margins. These are very, very, very tiny margins. So particularly with Jonas's watt per kilo difference to Pogacar on this climb was very slight, 0.1 watt per kilo, but it can really add up. And it just shows the fitness that Pogacar possesses, the talent he possesses. Are we going to see an improvement from Vingegaard? If we see that improvement from him, let's remember he's done the Giro already this year, so how much can he realistically improve in a second Grand Tour in just a number of months? He's amazing, but I've got a feeling Pogacar could improve even more throughout this race. So I think this 2 minute, nearly 3 minute lead that he has is not going to be coming down. I think we have seen the Tour de France won on the Tourmalet. We'll look back to this climb and realise this is where he won the Tour de France this year. This is where he won the Tour de France this year, as early as stage 6. This is when he took it. I think this is probably the most legendary performance maybe we've ever seen from Pogacar. Maybe it wasn't his absolute best in terms of numbers, but I think this is the most impressive victory of his career yet at the Tour de France, and really put to bed any speculation that Jonas is back to his best and back to his 23 form that he had in 2023, and that he could challenge Pogacar again this year. But this is clear now that Pogacar is just miles above everyone else, and this is the end of the Tour de France. Maybe, but probably, in my opinion. So let me know what you think. What do you think about these performances? And I'm going to do this especially for Alpe d'Huez. I'm really interested to look into and do some research on Alpe d'Huez and see if Pogacar can set a new record up there as well. I'm actually going to be there in person as well. I'm going to be climbing the Alpe d'Huez before these guys get there. Hopefully I'll be able to get up there. But I'll be staying in that area, and I'm looking forward to seeing the riders come through. It's going to be legendary. Could we see a new Alpe d'Huez record this year? I think it's highly likely, in my opinion, and it'll be interesting to do the same thing again on the channel and analyse all the numbers. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.